round 2, we have the choice. I'll play first. Yeah. Good keep. Opponent mulls to 6 and then keeps. All right. So, bit of an awkward turn progression for us here, but not like terrible. Red-white, typically aggressive deck. Let's get our Niblis out there. So, pretty decent chance, depending on what I draw, that, well, yeah. Now I guess I press for answers, and I can just attack into it, though. Yeah, maybe that's better. I don't think, I mean, it's just basically no chance he blocks. But now I'd rather play the Niblis anyway, so it's okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess if you're not going to block, that makes sense. Ooh, Breakneck Rider. That's a big problem. There's our 5th land, but now we can't really wait. I can reduce now, though. I guess I would want to reduce the Breakneck Rider or the Bishop. The Bishop's going to get my opponent card draw. Breakneck Rider has more power. I guess the problem is my opponent can flip the Breakneck Rider, right? Because they're going to keep their mana busy with the apparatus. So this gets him value for 3 or less. This gets him value if no one plays a spell, which, like I said, he's likely going to flip next turn. So maybe let's just reduce this. He's going to get value off Bygone Bishop, I guess, but I think it's okay. Because it just seems so likely that he's going to use apparatus on his turn. Or at least pass with the mana. So I'd rather just be bashing in, take care of the bigger threat. And even though, like I said, he can get value off Bishop by playing a creature here, I think it's going to be difficult for him to leave up apparatus and play a creature. I guess he can now, if he has a land drop. And my opponent had all the goods. Okay, so this leaves me in a bit of an awkward spot. I want to flash in the Stormrider Spirit, but Forge Master is going to flip. My other option is to press for answers and draw. I can also just play Stormrider Spirit on my turn, but then I can't surprise the Bygone Bishop. That might still be the right play. My opponent's going to get to draw cards next turn, so I really do need to be active here. I could just swing with Dusk, let him flip the Forge Master. Maybe he swings with both and I can steal this Bygone Bishop. He might even use the clues pre-combat, not expecting the Spirit. I think I'm going to do that. It's a bit risky, but we take an additional damage from the Forge Master. I also don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that we end up just playing 2 spells next turn. I think that the odds of him attacking with the Bishop and us maybe stealing it with Stormrider Spirit makes it worth it here. Sure. Okay, this actually still works okay for me. So we're going to take some damage. We're going to get to play the Spirit. Press this. Crack the clue. That's a good draw. So we can press again to get this out of Puncturing Impact. If I press again, this flips back, which is good. But more importantly, this gets, I deal 4 damage, which means if I rip a land, he just dies to burn. So I think we're going to do that. I think there's a pretty decent chance he has Puncturing Impact here, which is okay. Oh, he doesn't have it. Well, then he's just going to die to burn from within. So we're fine. And like I said, his guy flips back, which is pretty excellent for us. So we took an extra damage, but we had the odds. Our opponent wisely played around the Stormrider Spirit there, but now our opponent's just dead to the rare in hand, so we're fine. And we may not even have to show it. I guess it depends. All right. So now he's got the blocks. I still can just show a Scrutiny instead. And then even on top of that, oh, I'd rather just show a Mangler, I guess. Not showing a burn from within, I don't know how much that matters. So our opponent's playing red-white aggro. Bygone Bishop is a big deal. He's got the Griff's Boon. He's got some good werewolves. Dual Shot's coming in, I'll tell you that much. I've already seen 2 pretty solid targets for it. So bringing the Dual Shot. Maybe cut a Scrutiny for it. Although how good is that? I still want to keep the Flux. And I don't really want to cut an Investigate card. Anything that keeps Illuminator good is kind of ideal. I don't really want to cut a Reduce, but maybe it's Reduce. But Reduce deals with a lot of stuff, but so does Burn from Within. And Burn from Within is going to be even better. You really just, with a tempo deck, you just really want that curve to be low. I could cut the Fevered Vision, but with like Engulf, it's just so sexy. It really does add up, especially in a tempo deck. I'm okay with cutting Reduce, I guess. just really lowers the curve of this deck while keeping my spell count the same. And I deal with it. It does deal with Bygone Bishop, but I want to keep investigating, and I have Burn from Withins for it as well. Yeah, we'll see. All right, this is a keep. Opponent has mulliganed both games. That's certainly been helpful. Geist Blast, certainly not a bad draw. Vessel. That could be a bit of a problem. Pyrehound's a great rip. One of our obvious premium cards in the deck. One of the best cards you can have for the Riseless Rise deck. Okay. We are a dual shot away from some serious value here. Illuminator. Okay. Well, you would have been pretty nice last turn, but we'll do the Niblis. I'm okay with that. So I can potentially offer the trade because I've got kind of better stuff coming up. And it's going to be tough to keep up with the damage there, especially with the Vessel. So I kind of feel like trading this for a trick. Yeah, this seems okay to me. Like, I've got the dual shot for that, but I think not going tit for tat on that one is better, ultimately. And now that we have Pyrehound, we can do some spicy stuff, ideally. He's got 2 cards left in his hand. We've got a pretty good hand. We can Illuminate plus Geist Blast next turn, which is pretty nice. So, double burn from within, yeah. It's a decent chance he's got Puncturing Impact or something. But, I mean, at the same time, he's just leaving the mana up for Vessel. I think we swing. I wish I had 2 instants. I could just use Press and then leave up Geist Blast in case he has Puncturing Impact. It's not ideal, especially given that Illuminator could give me 2. I could also take a turn off from attacking with Pyrehound, but I'm not sure I'm in love with that either. I think we're just going to play Illuminator. I guess we'll attack. We'll see. I'm just gonna make him have the Puncturing Impact as a Silver Strike. Unfortunately, I'd prefer Silver Strike. Okay, that's actually kind of nice. Okay, let's press now and just get our investigation on. So I could have gotten the extra damage through, but I was pretty concerned about Puncturing Impact. And I really wanted that extra card draw. It seems so good here. All right. Flux is pretty nice too, actually. All right, so let's swing with Pyrehound. Guess I can technically swing with Illuminator too. because of Flux. This is pretty nice for us, actually. Now I'm going to Flux my Illuminator. And the beauty of this is, if he has something to pump one of his blockers with now, we can just Geist Blast. Or if he has the Puncturing Impact, which he doesn't have that. So now say he has, you know, a Strength of Arms or something. We've got the Geist Blast. Well, that's perfect. All right, so now we can go Hog Wild, Kraken Clues at the end of our opponent's turn, if we want. Okay, so now we Geist Blast. I guess our opponent's token to pump once more. It's basically just counterspells our opponent's dual shot. Yeah, so now he's just got an absolute just mess of a threat to deal with. Yeah, and we just had double burn. He didn't even want to play that out. He was like, I have no way to deal with this Pyround. So that was pretty slick. Just 2 burn spells sitting in reserves here, as well as 2 card draws. So yeah, that was pretty awesome. That did not work out well for our opponent. Okay. All right, we'll see you in the finals.